Welcome to the Sharkpreneur podcast with Kevin Harrington and Seth Greene. Kevin Harrington is the inventor of the infomercial, one of the original sharks from the hit TV show Shark Tank, and has generated over $5 billion in TV and digital direct response sales. Seth Greene is the world's first trusted authority on cutting-edge direct response marketing, a best-selling author, and the only 3-time Marketer of the Year nominee. On the podcast, Kevin and Seth interview sharkpreneurs who share straight talk on what it takes to explode your business.
49 faces looked to him in triumph. Over the last 12 months, they had each taken turns and promoted his business for a week at a time, driving over $987,342 in revenue. What if you had a network of 50 centers of influence who promoted your business every week for a year? Grab your copy of the #1 Amazon best-selling book, The Ultimate Guide to Growing Your Business with a Podcast, at 33% off the Amazon price by going to ultimatepodcastbook.com. Again, that website for 33% off the Amazon price is ultimatepodcastbook.com. Welcome to the podcast. This is your co-host, Seth Greene. Today, I have the good fortune to be with Julian Lopez from AEO.co, one of the co-authors of the Answer Engine Optimization Blueprint, Be the Answer AI Recommends, along with his co-authors, Belcher and Kasim Aslam, both of whom are friends of ours and have been on the podcast. Super excited to get the third in the trio on the show. Julian, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, Seth. I've been listening a couple of your episodes, and it's just amazing to be like part of this whole show. It's amazing.
Well, thank you for the kind words. Let's go back in time a little bit. You kind of describe yourself as a recovering graphic designer. So can you kind of walk through that, how you got started and then the transition into answer engine optimization?
Yeah, sure. Well, that's my career. That's what I studied. But I always feel like I needed to have more impact in business outcomes. That's something that I always kind of felt like I was lacking. Like the graphic is the thing that communicates to the brain, of course, but having the decision on what the actual strategy is and what kind of path you decide on how to measure success, I think was something that led me towards digital marketing. And everything just flipped like over a year ago that I was calling by Kasim actually to join him in building certain different types of business. It wasn't AEO from the start. We rather play with a couple of ideas, but we ended up like choosing this one because it was the most promising.
Awesome. And then can you talk a little bit about the mindset shift focus on going from, designing to answer engine optimization?
Sure. Well, you could say that there's not much overlap, and I will agree. But like now going through the 8 months plus of research and the thousands of hours that we have spent like analyzing these tools from inside out, I think branding is one of the things that will matter the most coming on for AI. Because that's the only thing that we get to build that will distinguish us from other offerings. Like we are with AEO, we're talking about effectively about discovery. This is a tool for discovery, and the way that AI selects one business from the other is by effectively finding or understanding the brand. If they are not able to understand the brand, they will not recommend you at all. So I think that's the point of contact between graphic design and AEO effectively.
That makes sense. What are some of the most profound ways AI-driven answer engines are kind of changing how brands get discovered online?
Well, if we want to put SEO and AEO side by side, which I don't think they are like exclusive. I think they are built on top one another. I think that's my strong opinion. I think the most profound thing that you can get out of these AI experiences is that you are not only relying on short keywords. Like in the past, you used to be categorized like a very broad label. But now with AI, you are able to just pinpoint really deep into the specificity of the product or solution that you're looking for. You're also able to point out the specific needs for you as an audience. Like I'm in this location with this temperature, with this humidity. What type of shoes are better for me? And you are able to find in a couple of seconds like the best recommendation for your use case. So that's why I think it's life changing in a sense.
It sounds like it. You talk about the importance, despite all the AI, of being a human brand. What does that mean practically for us as business owners?
Exactly. Well, that's where you get to connect, because branding at the end, like this is a thing that is tricky to understand. Like branding is the impression that you leave in the brain of your customers once they get to know you, get to understand who you are and what do you do differently. But branding on the brain of AI is quite different, because they don't understand this type of meanings. They don't have emotions for you to rely on. So you still have to kind of tie your brand, your business offering to this semantic relationship. So I'm still this solution provider, but I do this in this way. And if AI gets to pick that specificity, that's where your brand gets expanded to many millions of users.
What are some of the most common mistakes that companies are making when trying to, get recommended by AI?
Well, I think the bigger one that we are just seeing, it's popping so much, is like relying only on tactics. If they listen about schema or breaking down your content in listicles and everything, those things are important, because that's how machines understand your content. But still, like having proper a foundational structure, like build your brand from the bottom up, connect whatever it is that you offer to what your audience is looking for is really important. You still need to target your content, divide your pages into the most granular elements that your audience might be looking for, and be as specific as possible, because you can. Right now, you can answer your questions, but you have to have some kind of structure and build upon that.
When you talk about the structure, how do you think the role of like content, like video or text, or audio is evolving now in this new landscape of recommendation versus search?
Well, video is quite important right now, and because that's where we are able to produce the most like brand rich type of content, because it's us with our words, with the way that we express ourselves. And machines are just like ready from the get-go to get transcripts. I don't know if you have played with any of these agentic browsers like Comet. Instead of you having to watch the whole video, you can ask questions directly, and that's just how they understand. They are able to see the transcript right there. They are able to understand the context from one video and give your user the answers that they need. Um, AI is effectively data hungry, so they are just eating huge amounts of data, because that's what they want. So being able to provide these different multimodal types of content, breaking down your videos into short forms, and translating those podcast transcripts into different types of content are some of the ways that you can increase your footprint and be better understood by AI.
Awesome. Can you talk about an example where you've worked with a business, and I don't know if it's too soon, to help them kind of make this transition and kind of what that ended up looking like?
Yeah, well, that's part of the process. We are running a couple of different verticals as case studies, and the best way, the best sample that we got out of this um, experiments, the best results we see when we get more more profiles out that are related to a business. So in the past, we used to be focused on our website, and our website be like the thing that we invest the most. But now, as we are seeing, brand mentions are kind of the thing that might make or break your business visibility. So the more visibility, the more mentions that your business has, the more confirmation that machines have that your business exists. I was just running a couple of tests in different platforms, and what we notice is that even that your website might be one citation, there's other kind of 12 citations average that each one of these tools need to build like its own consensus. So you having more profiles about your brand, about your specific business, is the thing that gives AI and other types of machines understanding that you are really something that is worth considering.
How do you measure success in the AI recommendation world?
Well, this is a tricky question, and this is really, really, really important to keep up front for people. So the way that we manage that, that Kasim has been really specific about, is that we cannot offer performance right now. We are rather offering compliance, because that's the thing that we need to get on top of first. Now that this landscape is changing so much, like from one week to another, the sources change, and some of these measurements that we are trying to get are not exactly so consistent. So there's a difference between traditional search and AI. Like the traditional search has a fixed amount of metrics that you can kind of optimize gradually. But AI has a different kind of bias, or a different kind of logic to get your answer. You could ask the same answer, the same question a couple of times, and you will get similar answers, but not the exact same. That's the thing that happens. So AI visibility is tricky because, again, that little volatility that we get to see, but is a signal, and that's the signal that we are following. We are running solution-aware prompts, so the ones that should lead to your brand without mentioning your name, those are the ones that we focus on the most, and those are kind of that's the way that we define this AI visibility. Is not a radar that you get your exact position, but is more like a compass that you get direction, and then you can work towards getting your brand properly expressed, accurate, and recommended.
What are some of the developments happening in like this zero-click search world that you're most excited about?
Well, I think that will be the wearables. Like the wearables are the next big thing that is just coming out. Like Meta is really investing on its glasses, and that's just the start. ChatGPT is getting its. I think it's um I don't know. It's something you carry everywhere that has a camera and listen whatever that you say, and that's the next step. So I'm really looking forward to getting rid of my keyboard because that's been enough. I think we are good enough to keep working in different levels of interaction, and that's why AI is going to be providing. We are just able to be everywhere and work in the same way that we do right now with these augmented reality devices. And I think those are the ones that are going to move the needle the most when AI gets everywhere.
That makes a lot of sense. Where do you think the biggest opportunity is for like a small business in the next 6 to 12 months?
Well, getting updated on the things that they have maybe dragged their feet around, if I say so. Like the SEO part is never so sexy for people to act on because you don't see the results immediately, but this one step closer to AI. So getting a little bit of that of your business optimized for the index is one step. And the next step will be to be everywhere where AI is looking for recommendations. Those two things will at least give you the bigger chance to be recommended, cited, or even found.
That makes a lot of sense. With all the success you've had, I mean, you're helping so many people, and you co-wrote the book. What's your biggest challenge now?
Well, that's an interesting question, actually. The bigger thing I will say it's finding out the exact metrics. I think we should still kind of be able to pinpoint a way to measure success, and to be able to communicate that to clients so that they understand the value. They stick to the strategy long enough for them to reap the rewards. I think that's the thing that comes next. But as again, as the landscape is changing so much, the devices are going to be introducing a lot of things to the market. So I think that will be the bigger challenge, to find the ways, the little things that move the needle at the end, and how to measure that.
Your passion is obvious. What do you like best about what you're doing?
Well, I like problems. I like when I just have to solve problems over and over and try to like figure these things out. It feels like an adventure, and I feel like even though I'm kind of young for being in the when the internet was first discovered, I think this is a second opportunity for us to kind of really get ahead and gather the best of it, like investing heavily, learning a lot, and applying it like crazy.
Great. Well, we know your time is incredibly valuable. We greatly appreciate you spending some of it with us. For our folks watching or listening, where is the best place for them to go to learn more about you, to get the book, and to learn about AEO?
Awesome. So yeah, I invite everyone that is curious enough and are ready to take action to go into the school community /AEO, school.com/AEO. That's where I live pretty much. That's where you can get the book for free. We promise. Our promise is to not hold anything back. Everything that we discover, we are going to be sharing that on there. We have the complete course being rolled out. We have been updating that to be more accessible. I think one of the common causes that we as marketers and business owners have is to try to push AI adoption everywhere that we know, because is going to push the economy farther and farther away, which is really important, really interesting. So yeah, that's where I live. That's where you can find everything around AEO, and that's where you get all of the resources that we are sharing.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. This has been Seth Greene with Julian Lopez from AEO.co or school.com/AEO. The book is The Answer Engine Optimization Blueprint. Be the answer that AI recommends. Julian, thanks again for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been so fun.
Thank you, everybody, for watching or listening. We'll talk to you or see you next time.
Why do so many businesses struggle while others seem to explode overnight? Do you wish you had the secret to this type of exponential growth? Now, I've scaled more than 20 businesses to over $100 million, and it's not just luck. In my new book with Mark Tim, Mentor to Millions, you'll learn the repeatable framework I use in all my business ventures for massive success. Order at kevinmentor.com and get over $1,000 in bonuses. Head to kevinmentor.com.